Hello, how are you? Today we are going to discuss paper 4. This is IGCSE Physics 0625, paper version is 43. First question is, look at one. The ball of mass 130 kg is launched from a ground at an initial velocity of 14 meters per second vertically upward. It decelerates until it is at rest momentarily at a height of at a height h above the ground. Define deceleration. It means you are launching a ball that has 130 kg in upward direction with velocity 40 meters per second. When it reached at highest point, it becomes at rest. Okay, I will highlight the points so that you can understand. This is your mass. Initial velocity is 40 meters per second vertically upward, and you know when body is moving in upward direction against in the opposite direction of the gravitational field, so it decelerates. So after some time it become at rest at after reaching at some height. Okay, so you have to define what is deceleration. Deceleration means when there is decreasing velocity, so that is deceleration. Okay, so you have to define it. The rate of the negative rate of change in velocity is called deceleration, right? So you can write the formula here. A is equal to negative final minus initial over time. Okay, this is your proper definition. The reason is that when the mass is 2, you have to write the formula also. And second question is, the acceleration of the free fall is 9.8 meters per second square. It means when body, let's suppose this is your object at certain height from the surface of the earth. This is your surface of the earth, and the ball is moving free fall, so it accelerate with acceleration of 9.8 meters per second square, right? So that the time taken for the ball to reach at height h is 1.4 second. Ignore the effect of the resistance. It means here the question is that when ball the question is that when you are launching an object in vertically upward direction, suppose that this is at height h, this is your height h, and it reached 1.8, it reached after 1.4 second. It means you have to find the time that is 1.4 second when the body will reach at height h. So you have to apply the formula. Remember one thing, look at the question, this one. When you are launching the object, the velocity is, initial velocity is u, that is 14 meters per second, and when it reached at this point, it become at rest. It means this is your final velocity, that will be 0, right? I am writing here 0. So apply the formula. Acceleration is equal to v minus u over t. V is final velocity, u is initial velocity, t is time taken. You have to find the time that is 1.4. You have to show this one. Acceleration, here it is given the value of acceleration is 9.8 meters per second square. So arrange the formula. T move, replace a with the t, interchange this one, a with the t, and apply. Initial final speed is 0, initial is 14, acceleration is 9.8. 0 minus 14, you will get 14 divided by 9.8, then you will easily get 1.43 seconds. So that is approximately equal to 1.4. You have to show this one, so I will have find the correct answer. Now move towards the second question. Calculate the height, ignore the factor of the resistance. Remember, when you are launching the object vertically upward, okay, during motion the body has kinetic energy. When it moves towards specific height h, this kinetic energy converts into the potential energy. So the formula is gain in potential energy is equal to loss in kinetic energy. The formula of potential energy is mgh, and the kinetic energy is 1.2 mv square. This m will be cancelled out by this m, and you have to find value of h. G here is multiplied by h. When it will move in right side, it will be divided, okay, 1 by 2g into v square. So you have to write here the value h is equal 0.5 divided multiply by the value of v is, it has mentioned, I think 14, yes, okay. You have to write here 14 square, 14 multiplied by 14, okay, divided by the value of g is 9.8. so you will get answer. The answer will be 0.5 multiplied by 14 divided by 9.8, okay, 10. Your height will be h is equal to 10, okay. Next is the ball is dropped from on top of a tall building. Describe and explain the motion of the ball as it falls. Consider the effect of air resistance in your answer. Remember this one. When you are launching the ball from certain height, initially its speed is slow. It means the object start to accelerate with 9.8 meter per second square. Here you have to remember 2 points. When it starts to move in downward direction, initially air resistance is negligible. When it gets speed, it means the ball accelerates, so its velocity starts to increase. That is why when speed is increased, then air resistance also start to exist to decelerated. That is why we always write at higher speed air resistance also starts to act on the body. As a result, its speed it starts to decelerate after some time. So you have to write the answer here. At start of its journey, the ball accelerates. After some time, when velocity or speed increases, then air resistance also air resistance also increases. As a result, the speed, the ball starts to decelerate. The ball starts to decelerate. Is it clear? So this is your complete answer. Now second question is figure 2.1 shows solar power traffic warning lights. This is your total setup. The energy from the solar cell is stored in the battery. Yeah, this is your solar cell. I think in this signal there is also a battery attached, okay. So when light falls on the solar system, then these solar cell converts light energy into electrical energy. As a result, the light signal starts to glow here, okay. So write the name the energy stored in the battery. Remember, this solar cell convert light energy into the electrical energy, but the solar cell are connected with the battery, so battery store that electrical potential or electrical energy in the form of chemical energy. So you have to write here chemical battery always store the potential in the form of chemical energy. Then this chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy, right? The two lamps in the figure are connected in parallel. State one advantage of parallel connection in the lightning circuit. Remember, If you talk about the wiring of your house and building, most of the components are connected in parallel because there are some advantage to do so. If any appliance is damaged, then rest of the things remain continue to do their work. In the same way, if one light is damaged here and does not work properly, then second light will remain to do its own work. That is why we connect the device in parallel. If on the other hand, if you connect the devices or any different electrical devices in series, in that case, if one lamp is damaged or one device is damaged, then the rest of the device will not work. Okay, so this is the difference between series and parallel combination. Next is the efficiency of the solar cell is 22%. The power supplied to the light by the cell is 15 watt. What is the power? The unit of power. The state what is meant by the 22% efficiency. It means if 100% light is falling on the solar system, then this solar cell converts 22% in the form of output, and rest of the energy will be lost. Okay, so I have right here power output from the sun is 22% of the total energy supplied as input. Right, calculate the solar power input to the solar cell. So you have to find out the input of solar power. So you have to apply the formula of efficiency. Efficiency is equal to output power divided by input power. Output efficiency is, it has given here 22%. Sorry, efficiency is 22%. Output power is given 15 watt. You have to find input power. So you have to this percentage mean you have to divide 22 with the 100. So 122 divided by 100, you will get 0.22. So replace input with this one, then divide these two terms, then you can get easily output. So I will divide it here, divided by 0.22. This is 68, round about 68 watt. It means from 68 watt is supplied to the solar cell, then from which 15 watt is supplied to the light signal. Okay, so this is output, this is input. So next is, so just two advantage of using a solar cell to power the traffic warning lights instead of main electricity. Basically solar panel, when most nowadays in this 21st century, the people are moving towards the solar cells. Basically this is the very cheapest source of energy. The sunlight automatically converts into the electricity, so we reduce the cost of electricity, and we doesn't depend upon the our country electricity. Okay, so you can reduce your electricity bill. So here is what are the advantage here. It means you don't need of cables. Okay, and less power loss than main supply. It is very simple answer. Next is question number 3. This is very important and very you can say it most important question of this paper is question number 3, that is related to the movement turning factor forces. Okay, figure 3.1 shows that two children balanced on a seesaw. A seesaw is a length of wood which rotates about us at center pivot. This is your seesaw and this is your pivot point, and child 1A has a weight of 450 Newton, and it is the distance of this child from the pivot is 1.6 meter, and the distance of second child B is 0.80 meter, and its weight is 900 Newton. And the child B moves 0.0050 meter further away from the pivot. It means it has mentioned here child B is moved from this position further to from this side to in right direction 0.05 meter. It means you have to add 0.05 meter in 0.8, then you will get out the proper perpendicular distance from this pivot point. So I will write here 0.05 meter. Okay. Explain why the seesaw rotates clockwise. It means the question is that when this person is moving away from the pivot point with 0.05 meter, then clockwise rotation increases. Obviously it will increase. I have right here the formula. Moment is the product of the force and perpendicular distance from the pivot. So as distance is increases, movement will also increases. So both are directly proportional. Is it clear? So you have to explain this one. Child A, it means turning effect will increase. I will write here by increasing the distance from the pivot point, the turning effect also increases. Next is child A puts on a backpack and sees out of that. It means remember this one. When this child B moves further 0.05 meter away from the pivot, then the turning effect and the clockwise turning effect increases. It means it can move in a clockwise direction. To balance this child A wears some bags behind it. That means it is wearing some bag here. So the question is that you have to find out the mass of this bag. It is not mentioned as the weight. Weight is basically the force. So the question is you have to find the mass of that bag. So formula of principle of equilibrium is that anti-clockwise movement should be equal to clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise movement must be equal to clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise movement here, look on the diagram. So here first one is distance is 1.6 meter. It will remain same for bag and this one. The weight of that is 450 Newton and the weight of that mass we have to add this one. So I will write here weight of the bag. I will write here weight of the bag. I will write here B here, so you can easily understand. And next is with this one plus 450 Newton. Okay, and multiply by distance is 1.60 is equal to, move towards the diagram, the weight of this child is 900 Newton and the distance is 0.80 plus 0.005. Okay, you have to write both. You have to add both. 0.80 meter, just write plus 0.05 and multiply with the weight of this child. Okay, now now you have to add this one and WB weight of the I will write here B weight of the bag plus 450 multiplied by 1.60 is equal to, add these two terms 0 point, you will get 85 multiplied by 900. Now W of B plus 450 so 1.6 will be divided here on the right side, and I will multiply 0.85 here, and we will get some answer, that is 765 divided by 1.6 here. Now what will happen here? Okay, 450 will be minus on the right hand side. When you will divide 765 divided by 1.6, you will get 478. Okay, minus 450 here. So the weight of your bag is, subtract these two terms, you will get 28. Okay, this is your weight, but the question is that you have to find the mass of the bag. So the formula of weight is mg is equal to 28. Mass will remain here. The value of g is 9.8. We have to use 9.8 here, and 28. Now m is equal to 9.8 will be divided on the right hand side. We will get answer 2.85 kilogram. Here, in this way you have to complete your question. The mass of your bag is 2.85. Now move towards the next question. The concrete floor under the seesaw is replaced with the rubber floor. A child falls from the seesaw and experiences an impulse when they hit with the floor. The question is that if you replace the floor with the rubber band or rubber floor, then what will be happen here? Remember one thing, the rubbers have elasticity. When the child falls from the seesaw, and then this rubber floor will be a little bit compressed, and after some time that there will be the change in momentum. Okay, so the question is that define impulse here. So the impulse basically the rate of change of, I will write here, when I will write the definition, and the large amount of force acting on a body for the short interval of time, then the product of force and time interval is called impulse. Basically, impulse change is equal to I. It is represented by I, force into time taken. Okay, it will change the momentum of your object. So impulse causes the change in momentum. I have write complete definition. Explain how the rubber floor reduce injury to the child by using this formula. I will explain a little bit in front of you. If you look on here, divide the time is divided on the right hand side. In denominator you will check out divided by time. It means when suppose that this is your rubber, this is your pivot, and this is your seesaw. Suppose this child is basically this can be compressed easily when the child is fall on this rubber floor. As a result, it will bend. Because basically this is your rubber, it has elastic energy, it will bend in downward direction, and then this rubber band push him in upward direction. As a result, momentum of that child is changed. One thing, but when the child falls on the floor, it is compressed and it takes more time as compared to the concrete floor to change the momentum of that child. That is why we can write here the time taken by the rubber floor to change the momentum of the child is increases. As a result, less force act on the child. That is why when the child floats from the rubber floor, it has no serious injury as compared to the effect created by the concrete floor. So you have to uh, write your answer by using impulse, force, momentum, and time. So I can explain it. Take care. See you in next video with further detail of that question, of that.